Hi, it is 2:44 a.m. at 11/24/2016. It is Thanksgiving. I don't know if I can say Happy Thanksgiving with all the tragedies that are going around in the world, but it is Thanksgiving, and I am thankful to be alive. I am thankful to give you this message. And, I'm always grateful, always for my son, the people around me, and the experiences that help shape me. So a little bit about me. My name is Brittany Leahy. I live in Rochester, New York. Lived here my whole life, grew up here. I grew up in a very impoverished neighborhoods. For those who are local, I grew up around Avenue D and Clinton and Conkey. I grew up around Locust and Emerson and Dewey. Genesee Street and Frost, and then eventually we moved out of the ghetto essentially and moved to the east side, funny enough, to Webster, and it wasn't until I lived through all the experiences that were bestowed upon me, okay, because we receive experiences that we can't change, how our parents raise us, what society has imprinted on us at the time. And then, I've been on my own since I've been 17 years old, working. I'm not a college graduate. I am a single mother of a beautiful boy, who's my whole world, as my blog clearly states. There's a whole section just for him, because as I move forward and find myself and find my voice, I want to show him it's okay to be who he is, whoever that is, and to encourage him to find, his voice and his truth. So Britches Banter was started, actually coincidentally, around when the new moon came out, and I'd been discussing this post-Trump election. There's just so much hatred and anger being propagated, not just in America, but really throughout the world. There's a lot of totalitarian governments that have taken control, and we live in the land of the free, and I can't be silent as we limit ourselves and give away our freedom. So again, the blog started as finding myself, because what is hidden from us and what they don't tell you in religion and politics and the government is that you have to find yourself first. Fear of difference impedes progress, and which is why we need to love fearlessly. But if you don't know yourself, you're going to put your insecurities and push them on to others that you don't know, because most people are afraid of the unknown and they're afraid of finding themselves. And so hopefully this blog gives everybody the opportunity to know that we cannot let the world define who we are. Okay, we define who we are as individuals, and then we tell the world to see us as who we are. And as I unravel my experiences, the world has stifled me. I am loud. I am unique. I am different. Anyone who has met Brittany Leahy has never forgotten me. And I think that's because a lot of my experiences shaped me. And my personality is shocking enough so that way it can get the truth across. I am a huge advocate about learning and actually obtaining the knowledge and forming your own opinions. My whole life I've read history. I love to learn about people. I love to learn why, sociology, psychology, why people tick, why are we the way that we are, and why do we hate, why do we have, there's so much good, there's so much positive. But right now in 2016, it seems like the bad's outweighing the good. And we're in some pretty scary times moving forward. We have the president-elect, Trump, who has no experience. He has lots of money. already, and already lots of power with the media outlets, as he was a reality TV star. And he's pretty unintelligent when you listen to him. And now, again, as I stated, I think politics plays us against each other. And part of this message is that once you find yourself, you'll be able to love other people fearless, because you won't be afraid to be who you are anymore. And and we need to make the world acceptable to who people are, instead of trying to limit them by the labels that we place on them. Wealth, their political status, religion, race, sex, sexual orientation. These are all things used to divide. And honestly, once you look inside yourself and you find yourself and you love yourself completely, you're able to love everyone else, because you have no fear of being who you are. And until recently, I've been afraid. I've been quiet, and I've been ashamed to be Brittany Leahy, to be who I am, because I've been through a lot of not so great circumstances. However, I'm here to tell you that through those bad circumstances, I was able to still see the good in people. And that's really my message, is that, we are one earth, one race, and one love. And it is through us, through the silent majority, through those suffering injustices around the world, if we can rally together and let our differences go, we can bring the change that we seek. Equality for all isn't a skewed idea. And honestly, the problem is that you need to know that it begins with you. The revolution, the change that you want begins with you. You need to start being kind to one another. You need to love each other blindly. I watch my son, when I drop him off at daycare. He's going to be 4 soon. When he gets into daycare, doesn't matter what color or race the kids are there at 3 years old, they just see each other as buddies. They're just friends. And it's not until they get a little bit older and they're imprinted with society's bullshit and their parents' views of bullshit, and hate is learned. It's a learned behavior. It's not innate. Love is innate. And so, with that being said, hopefully listening to me will help the world, because I am really hoping to reach every single person to look deep down inside yourself and realize, if you want to change, it starts with love. You just need to love each other, accept each other. We are who we are meant to be. And everything in science says that everything comes down to mathematics, and everything can be explained almost equationally. We don't understand necessarily all of those equations, but everything that they go down into deep, they can find a mathematical equation for. And so when you think about that, and you think about the equalizer, because math is a language that everyone understands. It doesn't matter what language you speak, everybody understands how to do math. 1 + 1 = 2, and so forth and so on. And so when you understand that universal truth, you'll understand that we're all made to be here, and we're all made to be on this earth, and we're all made to be here equally, to love each other, to love the earth, and to spread kindness. Those love and kindness are free, and we should spread them blindly and equally to everyone that you see. You shouldn't be judging people by anything other than their experiences and their characters and who they tell you are, to who they tell you they are. I mean, kind of as I'm doing with this blog, I'm telling the world, I'm Brittany Nicole Leahy, and I'm just one voice for many. I'm one voice for people who have been homeless. I'm one voice for people who have experienced child abuse, sexual abuse, poverty, racism, who have experienced abandonment and feelings of unlove. Suicide is caused because that person feels abandoned and unloved. And the world right now is getting ready to commit suicide because we're feeling abandoned and unloved, and we're too distracted by the lies, the politics, the government, and media is pushing down our throats. We're too distracted by buying things and filling up our lives with superficial things to fill voids that we can find within ourselves and within each other. And I think that if we really take a moment to reflect, you'll realize that God, whoever you pray to, Allah, Buddha, Jesus, the earth, the sun, whoever you pray to, it all starts with you. There's only 10% of our brain that we use on a day-to-day basis. And so when you really start looking in deep and finding those layers and understanding your behaviors and why you react this way and why you don't react this way, and really knowing your truths, you won't be afraid to love. You won't be afraid to let go of the barriers, let go of those divides. So my message for you is, don't let fear impede our progress. Don't let us kill ourselves. So go out, read, share, love, and love fearlessly, love blindly, love everyone, or else we won't be here for much longer. That's all I'm going to say for tonight. If you do like the video, let me know. I can make more. We can start discussing about some of the material that's on my blogs, and I can give you some insight onto why I wrote what I wrote. If you have questions, I see a lot of people are stopping by. The website's gotten a lot of views, but it has not yet gotten a lot of comments. So please share your experiences, share your love, share your positive thoughts. And also, I just want one last message. Stop the Dakota Access Pipeline. That is our earth. That is our water. We are water. It is essential to all life. My prayers are with the men and women at Standing Rock, the Native Americans that have had so much taken from them. And now we're trying to destroy the water that we need. And they're the ones fighting for it. So like I said, this Thanksgiving, please look upon yourselves to be thankful for what we have, and to start making the change so we can move forward. You need to be the change you wish to see in the world. And I hope people start doing that. Have a great Thanksgiving.